How are you feeling today?
Well, I'm surprised and overwhelmed how big it is, and very proud to be invited. Looking forward for a lovely evening.
Is it your first time visiting?
First time at the Presseball, yes, but third time in Berlin.
Okay, so where do you live now?
I live in Denmark,
In Denmark, yes.
Copenhagen.
Okay, so I hope you enjoy your time here.
It's so much better than Copenhagen, so much more culture here.
Yeah, and this is what the dance stands for, the diversity of Berlin. Do you think they make it to set that statement?
Well, it's difficult to give a correct answer on, but the reason I love Berlin is the whole story. It's the world history has been written here almost.
Sure.
I knew people from the old East Germany, and I saw both the socialist time as a kid, and it's, can I say, crazy how it's been changing for 30 years now. It's going the right direction with freedom for people. When I was to North Korea, I saw a lot of similarities from what I saw as a kid in Germany and East and West, and now I see it in the North and the South, divided because of a war.
Yes.
You've got a fantastic country in South Korea who's being some of the most skilled people in the world to, Samsung producing things, and going just 1 meter, and on the other side you meet poor people who are terrified of the regime. Even just if I sat on a picture now in North Korea, if a picture of Kim Jong-un, I could sentence up to 10 years in prison.
Yes,
and that is scary that we still have those kind of countries in the world.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you were spying on North Korea for even more than 10 years, I think. Yeah.
It was.
Can you tell me more about it? It's very exciting. Do you also see maybe the
How many hours do we have?
Okay, I get it.
No, it's actually it started because the Danish director Mads Brügger, who produced and directed them all, he had been to North Korea with a fake theater group, and they trying to build up a role play on the national stage, and it was about the independent of a people. But to be independent person in North Korea doesn't fit in their program or society, so they put one of the most skilled directors of North Korea to help them. So they literally destroyed the whole theater play, and in the end it was so bizarre that one of the actors Mads brought with him was, both of them were adopted in South Korea as a small child, but are Danish citizens today, and one of them, Jacob, he's a spastic.
Yes.
And in North Korea you don't see disabled people. So the director got the wise idea that Jacob should play a normal man being spastic. Because, and it was so bizarre, and that caught my attention, and East and West, North and South. So finding a Danish association who literally supports the regime of North Korea.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre idea even just to think about it, but it's the truth. So I hooked up with them, and in the beginning it was more like, it was older people, the 68 generation, a lot of beers, a lot of snaps, really, why can't we have communism back in Denmark, and North Korea is a fantastic place. And I was like,
Sure.
Yeah. And then one thing took the other. I reached contact out to Mads, and he said, well, let's try to see what's happened. So the first time I went to North Korea, I met up with a Spanish guy named Alejandro Caudebenas, who runs his own Korean Friendship Association, which is a bunch of people around the world still think or believe that North Korea is paradise on earth. But if you just dig a bit underneath him, and I befriended him very well, and I found out that he was actually providing, on behalf of the North Korean regime, drugs and weapons, and so I sat with another guy. We hired an actor in, and he was pretending being a billionaire. So we got that close that we even signed a contract with the North Koreans stealing weapons and drugs.
Crazy.
And then we have to stop because I knew already then that there would be a price on my head. So, and then I went back to Korea in the summer twice, going in the south, of course. I went up to see into North Korea again. It's quite scary. And what I see through all those years is a lot of people lying for profit for themselves, being criminals, and it's sad that those people still walks around free. But I'm happy that Alejandro is most wanted of the FBI now, so hopefully he will face justice one day. So,
so you actually really reached something.
Yeah, I was even 3 meters away from Kim Jong-un.
Wow,
twice. So
this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched your documentary and it was really inspiring, I think. So I would have been too afraid to do that.
Well, as long as you believe in yourself, it won't be a problem.
I guess of course. So. But like, was there any point of concern that they will find out about your spy?
There was a few times I was really close. If I haven't got the nerves to do it and play the cool guy or the calm guy, I think many people would have freaked out if you're sitting with a hidden camera and they will check you out for those kind of equipments.
Yeah.
But luckily enough, I was able to, to navigate in it and quick thinking, and I have some crazy, how to say in English? I figured out some crazy stuff about how the North Koreans undergo all the sanctions and who's helping them, because unfortunately, Africa is a country or a continent with people in a lot of need of money, food, clothes, basic things. So it's quite easy for the North Koreans operating in those areas because you can bribe everybody too. So we even pretended to bribe the Ugandan government to operate and build a weapon factory and drug factory in Uganda. We actually that far buying a lake in the an island in the Lake Victoria.
Okay.
And they will literally throw the people living there away for $5 million.
Wow, you can't even imagine that this is happening.
It's a cruel world.
I guess so. Do you see the press freedom in Europe with like other eyes since you've done that?
Like I did, or?
Yeah, like the press freedom we have in Europe. Do you see it like with other eyes, that you like appreciate it more since you know what's going on in North Korea? Yeah,
but I still think there's a lot of things that people are not knowing about what happens in their own countries. But of course Europe is a more evolved nation. A lot of people with a lot of knowledge and skilled people all around trying to build up the democracy, but still there are some rotten eggs in the basket, of course.
Sure.
And sometimes I think they're even just in front of us. And if we can expose those people, that would be great. But my main focus now is still on North Korea, because how they treat their own people bad. But Otto Warmbier, American student from Ohio, who was accused of stealing a poster and sentenced 15 years to prison, and unfortunately Otto died after a year. And you can never bring justice back to his family, and you cannot have Otto back, but someone needs to take the responsibility for the death of Otto, and that is the North Korean regime. It's not because I hate North Korea, not at all. It's a beautiful country, countryside, a lot of mountains, and when you learn people a bit better, I was awarded a friendship medal of the regime, so I was even offered a North Korean citizenship as well. So they believed me that much, and I was allowed to speak with people on the street. But one of the things that is, they don't speak English, and I don't speak Korean, so I always had a guide with me.
Okay.
So if I ask a question, are you happy living here? Do you have what you need? And he will just say, yeah, of course you can ask. But I never know what he was asking them in Korean, and the opposite way if they were telling anything, because
I get it.
Every 10th word was something about Kim Jong-un, Kim Il-sung, or Kim Jong-il, because that's how much they are in the society. Imagine every room here at the hotel there will be a picture of the leaders.
Yeah.
That's how it works in North Korea. It's like 1984, but George Orwell. They just took it a step further. So it's really scary.
So was that a situation where you thought maybe you should learn some North Korean?
Well, I tried, but
Okay.
it's really, really difficult.
I guess so.
It's even the signs, and it would take ages. But I knew the first time I was there, we were celebrating the 100 years birthday of the founder Kim Il-sung, and there was a few people in the Danish group who studied Korean. But the language in North Korea is like standing still. But in the south, they just follow time and have all the new words and iPhone, iPads, television, flat screen, those kind of things. They don't know those kind of things in North Korea. So it's like, if we said cool here, it's normal for us. And I don't know what you said in Germany in the old times. We say something like, sehr gut, or the slang and things. They are all gone. They don't have it. It's very strict language, like learning school English.
I think you definitely did a life experience and a lot of important things.
I hope so.
Of course. Do you think the German government can learn something about the results?
It's a difficult question to answer, but I think we could all learn every day.
Definitely.
And well, I think the Danish politicians could learn something, because it's like now it's more like everybody wants to be a minister or something, so they just go away from all their promises during the election times. But that's one thing that doesn't happen in North Korea, because you just vote for the leader, which is quite scary. So they said we have democracy, you can vote whenever you like, but if you put your mark the wrong place, you probably end up in a working camp or something. That's really scary.
Wow, yeah, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
One last question. We are here at the Berliner Presseball now. Is there anything you're excited most about tonight?
I think the whole thing. Take it as an experience, and happy to be here. Love Berlin. Just take 1 minute and one step at a time and see what happens.
Sure. Right.
Maybe I'm still awake at 5 o'clock, I don't know.
Let's see.
Let's see, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Mr. Larsen.
Thank you.